What's happening? We've managed to make it to the creamiest part of our evening. John's Pink Creams. A sight to be held. A hill to be sight. Will everybody filter in here for a second and we'll get to creaming. I'll be back. I have to get my palate cleanser. Hello, good evening. Welcome. The broad has showed up. Your bestie's mom, Kylie's mom, is here again. Bowie Pixie's in here. Britt. Chevelle Cat Dragon made it in time for the gushies. We got some fun gushers tonight. Some fun gushing. J.K. LaRosa's in the building. How you doing, JK? Tonight we have... So I went to the grocery store and I got a few items. I'm going to start importing items from different countries, from different places, so that we can test the cream factor. But since I'm brand new on this journey, there's still plenty of things that I haven't tasted for... Now, we could start scoring this based on fluff, wetness, consistency, how it reacts under heat versus cold. There's flavor profile. Not That Ryan Guy, thank you for the bits. If you guys are entertained, never be ashamed. We're working on that October goal, and quite frankly, we're crushing it. I think we're crushing the October goal. And we're also on our race to 1,000 subs, never again to drop below. Yeah. So anyway, what I was saying is I realized eventually I'm going to take this show on the road. I'm going to be testing out the viscosity, the creaminess, and the texture of all the things ever. All the creams worldwide. I'm going to become the world's most leadingest cream expert. The Guy Fieri of specifically creams, if you will. But for right now, in the meantime, there are plenty of things at my local grocery store and yours that can be picked up and investigated. So I think we should get into that. Put the chat up in there. I'll give it a couple more minutes. I want to make sure that all the people that wanted to be here live for this have a chance to get back in. And, there's a few people that are not here that really wanted to be here. If you're here, announce yourself. Say hello in chat so I can know exactly who's tuned in. Roll call. Metal Monkey is here to see the creams. Yeah, we're gonna investigate the creams worldwide. I'm gonna be on a cream journey for many years to come, I think. Pun not intended. But Pank creams, the cream stream. Mav's here, Kim's here, Ryan's here, JK's here, Spazzy McSpaz. The question is, do you have a cream scoring rubric? Just want to be clear on the methods here. Spazzy McSpaz, first of all, thanks for joining in on the conversation, and thanks for being here. I appreciate you. That being said, I don't know. We're figuring this out as we go along. Right now, the main thing that we went with last night, and if you refer to my YouTube, John's Pink Creams, and watch episode 1, you'll see that we tested out a couple of different Pop-Tarts, and one of the things that we were specifically checking for during that episode was to see how the heat affected the gush. The ushy-gushy factor, the heat. We tested out cold Pop-Tarts and then heated them up in my new toaster.
Forgot to reincarnate on time. It's Paul Remus here. Tired of waiting for your dream life to start? Are you stuck in the eternal...
Paul Remus, get out of here. Whoa, Valorant dropping by, giving the extra gift of John Stevens. Kim Sid on the race to 1,000. Congratulations, Spazzy McSpaz, Banoludo, Calioman, Calico, and Halwo for all getting the gift of John Stevens on this creamy journey. And thank you, Kim Sid, very much. And Spazzy McSpaz, show some love to Kim Sid because she just hooked you up, bro. Worker girl. Yeah, anyway, we tested out the laws of thermodynamics and how that would affect certain Pop-Tarts, and we found that it is not a universal truth. Some Pop-Tarts gush more when they're hot, and some Pop-Tarts gush more when they're cold. So, as I was in the grocery store today, I realized we're going to have to do an entire series on just Pop-Tarts alone. There's a lot of episodes we could do just on Pop-Tarts alone. These would be short little streams right here. Remember, I will be coming back tonight for John Stevens' word game. But right now we're going to get into just a few creamy items. I just want to keep these short and sweet. Pun, once again, not intended. So we're going to try out a few different things. We're going to gauge on wetness, creaminess, flavor, I guess. We can put it in there. You're just going to watch me test this stuff out, and we're going to find out as we go what's what. We have tonight, as I was saying, there's so much stuff that you can find at the local grocery store. And you're like, well, is that goopy? What's the goop factor? What's the gooposity in it? I saw some items, like the way that I think that just Kroger alone is going to have enough items for me to do this for a while before we start exploring the rest of the world's gush. Kylie's mom giving the gift of John Stevens to Megan, Wall Street Wolf, and Purple Pariah. Thank you so much for that 3-pack. Just climbing nightly. So tonight, and I got a lot of stuff, but we're only going to do a few things tonight. Tonight we're going to do a mystery Krispy Kreme, another mystery Krispy Kreme because I like to have a control factor. These two items will not be able to fit in the toaster. What I am gonna do is get a little baby microwave in this room for larger objects, or a toaster oven, but those won't be dependent on heat tonight. And then we also have Mystery Toaster Strudel A and Mystery Toaster Strudel B. These we're going to put in the toaster. We want to see, they're both going to go in the toaster because they just came out of the freezer. I know for a fact that they're not going to gush when they're frozen. But they're two different flavors. I don't even know which one is which, so it's going to be a mystery to me. We're going to open it up, and we're going to find out which of those two flavors is gushier. So Spazzy McSpaz, I guess to answer your question, the main metric is how gushy is the food. And you said you would have bet all more gushy hot. This is the thing. This is the law of thermodynamics, is that heat actually evaporates water. People think hot equals moisture. It's quite the opposite, my friends. Heat will evaporate moisture, and what we learned last night is that a lot of the Pop-Tarts dried out. They had a drier feeling overall, but some, when heat just correctly enough, felt nice and creamy. It's interesting, the laws of thermodynamics. So right now, let's get into it. We're gonna bust open our first. Also, I'm gonna get a bib for this. I don't have one right now, but we're gonna get. I do have this towel that I wet because it's gonna get a little messy tonight. We'll just put this in here. But I want to get a custom bib, one that says like Johnny Creams, John Creamsman or something. Okay, my bib fell out. That's all right. I'm using a pale ale tonight as not an Indian pale ale, but just a regular pale ale tonight as my palate cleanser in between tasting. Chat, let me know. You want to see a Krispy Kreme first, or should we get into the toaster strudel comparison? Where do you want to go first on this journey? I wet the towel because I know we're getting gushy tonight. I know we're gushing.
What's the next big thing?
Are you tired of feeling tense, stiff, and frustrated with your body? Does the idea of bending and stretching sound like a foreign language to you?
I mean, yeah, I could definitely be more flexible.
Well, have no fear. Introducing the Yoga Smart 30-Day Zen Sploat.
I think that it's overwhelming that you guys want to see the strudel first. I'm gonna tell you though, I know for a fact the Krispy Kremes are going to gush more. I got some fat Krispy Kremes that are gonna explode with gush. But let's start off with the strudels test. I guess I should just do it one by one. I'm not gonna I want them each to have their moment. I don't want to have to rush. So, mystery strudel A, mystery strudel B. We don't know what's what. I'm gonna put one in. We're gonna see how this goes. What do you think my heat setting should be? I think this thing kicks. I have never had a toaster strudel in my fucking life, by the way. So this is going to be a first for me in a lot of ways. So what heat setting should I put it on? Metal Monkey 3 last night was too much for a Pop-Tart. I don't know how this equates to a Pop-Tart. Thank you for the successful train, you guys. Roach, we're about to find out. Because there's two different flavors we're about to compare right now. The winner of that flavor, on the next episode, perhaps will match that up. I'm seeing a lot of 2s. I'm seeing a lot of 3s. Again, based on last night, if this helps you guys, 3 was overload for the Pop-Tart. 2 was overload for the Pop-Tart. 1.5 out of 6 wound up being the sweet spot for the Pop-Tart. So are these like Pop-Tarts, or should I heat it more than a Pop-Tart? Pandel says 2. I feel like Pandel knows what the fuck is up. Strudels are frozen usually, so 3 or 4. Less than in Flip. This is not a gourmet cooking show. This is a gush show. It's a gourmet gushing show. We're gonna pop it down. We got the heat set to We're gonna do 3. 3's kicking. And we're gonna see how that does. Welcome in if you're just joining. Welcome to the quest. The quest of Gush. We're just getting started here. This won't be a long one. These are half an hour streams, these Gushes. But what we're gonna do after that is come back later and play the game of John Stevens, which most of you probably know. Ryan, thank you for showing that love and support. Appreciate you for always letting me know when you're entertained. Leading the train right now. You're the man. We won't burn the strudel. We're not going to let the strudel get burnt. I'm keeping a nose and an eye on it. So strudel number 1 is up. I'm going to ice it. And then we're going to break it apart on camera. And I'm going to get icing all over my fingers doing it, but how are we supposed to know how moist and gushy it is without the icing? I was told that I have to put the icing on it. My better half told me that I have to put icing on this regardless of whether I get messy or not. And I trust her judgment. So my icing's prepped. And now we wait. Oh, tea, wow. It's a really terrible time for your dog to take a trip. Okay. Looks like we're ready here. That's hot. We're gonna put the other one in and get her going while that one cools down a little bit. It's a hot strudel. I wonder what flavor it is. Okay. Flaky. I'm gonna ice it up. All right. We have no idea what flavor it is. Iced. Are we ready? It looks like it's the raspberry one. Let's pull apart. It's looking pretty goopy. First test. Okay, wow. That was an experience. That was a brand new experience, guys. Wow. I'm sorry, guys. That just took me for a ride. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel right now. Pretty gushy. Not gonna lie, pretty gushy. So that means I know what the next flavor it is that we're gonna compare it to. That was just a plain raspberry toaster strudel. And I want to keep eating it, but we've got more things to taste here, so I can't do that. Up next, apple cinnamon toaster strudel. Not a pink cream. Not really a cream, but gushy nonetheless. And we do have some more creamy items after this strudel is done.
Floating in from the fifth dimension. Hi, I'm Paul Remus. From the makers of Now You.
3 was the good call. 3 was the right
For the metaphysically
temp.
impatient. And Yoga Smart, the only yoga program that dares to say you literally don't need to remove a rib, comes the next evolutionary step in your soul care journey. Introducing the Gentle Exit, the world's first spiritually charged, emotionally sound.
We're just about ready. I can feel it coming. Strawberry cream cheese would be an interesting one to try. And see if that's gushier than these jam-filled ones. You know? That would be a good face-off. But whatever wins tonight on gushiest toaster strudel, we'll have it face-off on the next episode. Which won't be till next week. And we're here. Let me just take this out. Oof. Oof. It's too hot. It's too hot to touch. It's ripping. Ah, we got it. We got it. We got it. Gotta cool down on the plate for a second. Get this icing ready. Oh, it looks like there's a... Okay. We're ready, gang. We gotta give it a pretty decent rating on the icing alone. That's like a 9. Maybe a 8.5. It's a little too thin for a perfect 10, but man, that icing provides a lot of gush. We got a little bit there. Okay, you ready? The big spread reveal. I'm afraid I'm gonna spill on myself. Let me get this napkin ready. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm so glad I put that napkin there. Jesus Christ. Oh! Oh my God. Oof. Very gushy. I think we have our winner. And I don't think it was even close. Wow. Whew, apple cinnamon. The apple toaster strudel, way more gushy than the raspberry toaster strudel. That is gospel at this point. That's gospel. Wow. A graphic content warning. NSFW. Guys, toaster strudels are for everyone, okay? Toaster strudels are not rated R. Toaster strudels are very wholesome. Turns out. So are Krispy Kreme donuts. Let's get into it. We got a mystery donut. What's our first one gonna be? And then we gotta wrap this up. We should go faster because we don't have to heat them. Napkin down. First up, looks like we got a jelly filled. Let's see if we can get an angle on that. Just a basic jelly. Try to catch that goop. Pretty goopy. Pretty gushy stuff right there. I don't know if you can see. It's gushing. Okay, let's give that a shot. Extremely gushy. I'm gonna give that an 8. I'm gonna give that an 8 on the Gushter scale. Very gushed out. I don't know if its competitor will beat it. I'm so glad I wet this towel. Okay, so we've got one more item for tonight, and then that's it. That's enough mukbanging for one night. It's not even really a mukbang, is it? Really, we're just testing the gush factors. We've got one more Krispy Kreme. I'm pretty excited about this one, actually. I'm glad that it naturally wound up coming last. And yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a microwave or a toaster oven in here. Otherwise, we could try these warm donut. That'd be crazy and see, but I don't think it's necessarily. This one is, I forget what the actual flavor is called, but we are gonna. It's definitely some type of cream. Here it comes. Let's take a look at that. See what we got there. Pretty gushy. Getting a lot of gush out. 8.5. It beats the jelly. The good. I didn't think it would for a second because it wasn't dripping as much as the jelly. But once it's in your mouth, it was just overall extremely gushy. That was the gushier. I believe it's a like a birthday batter. It is Bavarian cream. That's right. It's probably Bavarian cream. That makes sense. Not a custard. I think it's a Bavarian. It's not really a Bavarian. I don't know. It's some type of cream-filled Krispy Kreme. I suppose as the world's leading expert on creams, I should know. I'll check it out and leave it on the YouTube thing. I'll go back to the store and look at what little container it came out of, and I'll leave it once we upload it. Guys, thank you. We're a couple minutes over. I'm going to be back here at 9 o'clock for the John Stevens word game. For anybody that enjoys creative writing, please come back. It takes about 45 minutes. It's a real fun time. You don't have to participate, but you should. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Johnny Creams. See you soon.